All right, everybody, welcome back to Scarborough Country. As promised, I don't even know what to say.
From the residents of Tom Leykis.
It's the Tom Leykis show.
It's the Tom Leykis formerly radio program.
I love it. Well,
I'm doing great.
You're doing good. I'm glad that you're doing great, everyone. No one asked, but I'm glad that you're doing great. We do kind of want to know what is it. Next week is Christmas, and Christmas is generally a family holiday. I don't necessarily think of you as a family man.
Thank you, Randy.
That was
Jason.
The other way around. And but
let me tell you something about family. Okay. I don't care about children.
You don't?
If you have a child out there, I'm not here to give you presents.
Okay.
But if you have a child who is female, who is 17 and a half or older,
wow, you know
then they are welcome to sit on Santa's lap. You know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking about.
And the toys they're getting aren't going to stay under the tree for very long.
Okay, that's good to know. Well, my question for you is...
Innuendo.
Okay.
In her endo. You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about.
If you can't keep up, think of the Yule log.
We will think of the Yule log. Well, what? Okay, so
burn of the Yule log at both ends, baby.
If you travel over the Christmas holidays,
sure,
and you are traveling on a regular plane, not a Learjet, not one of your own private jets,
I would never admit to ever having to fly regular commercial airplanes.
What if you were...
In fact, stand by. I would never admit that in public.
What if you were flying next to a child and the child was crying? How would you handle that situation?
I say, wait until everyone's passed out or watching their little programs, and open that emergency exit and dump that bitch. Dump that brat.
Dump a child out.
Yes.
Dump That Bitch was one of the name of your book. That one of the most recent books you've written. Dump That Bitch. And I know this.
That was on the New York Post list of bestsellers, baby.
Which I don't really not familiar with.
The New York Post review of books. You got it.
I love it. So I'm sure it was a big seller. And what are you doing on Christmas Day specifically? What are your plans?
Here is my ritual on Christmas Day.
Let's hear that.
I rise at 9 in the morning. And I'm not talking about my posture, baby. I'm talking about I rise down this. And after I have a couple of bucks of blubs, slob my nog, then I walk down a carpet of submissive, foreign, desperate chicks. And I walk to the kitchen where I get a blender full of various fatty acids. And then I'm ready to rock, baby.
That's
Christmas morning. Let me tell you, the only sleigh bells I'm using are the ones that I'm widening up an anal hole with. You know what I'm talking about? Santa Claus needs to get his salt rocks.
Okay. Well, it sounds like a fun holiday. I mean, is there a fire roaring in the fireplace, as it were?
Let me tell you, the only fire that's going to break out is the friction from me rolling around on the carpet. You know what I'm talking about?
A carpet of foreign nubile women. Is that the craze?
Never buy a Christmas gift for a woman.
Why not?
You better make her believe in Santa Claus. So when she doesn't get something, she blames herself.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
That way, Daddy's off the hook.
Yeah.
Blame the big man with a white beard in the sky.
You can really put a lot onto that person in general. So you're using Christmas for your benefit to get laid and have women be indebted.
Yes. Sometimes I will lay down in a sleigh bed, and I have 8 tiny reindeer that I rent every year. And I'm talking, when I say tiny reindeer, I don't mean full-grown reindeer. I mean easily gettable, crateable reindeer that are brought to my ranch up in San Luis Obispo. And I have them tied to the sleigh as woman after woman after woman is brought in to audition for an untitled Tom Leykis project that will never happen. And then when I'm done, when I'm fully satiated, I send the women away back to their mothers, and I send those reindeers to the hoof factory. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, that's terrible.
Every coffee table I have in my home comes from reindeer hooves. From my Christmas Santa Claus ritual. And you know, let me tell you, let me tell you about Christmas Eve. I do a nativity scene, baby.
Oh, I bet you do.
Yes,
that's a good idea. Three wise men.
Yes, I play Joseph,
sure,
begging the Virgin Mary right on the manger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, sure.
And let me tell you, there's no baby Jesus in this version.
So no baby comes apart.
Yes, because the Virgin Mary doesn't poke a hole in the condom.
Okay, that's your version of
women
events.
Always want to do.
I don't know if they all want to.
So there's no baby Jesus. There's just plenty of major. Let me tell you, you're rubbing that frankincense and myrrh and gold all over your man.
This is a different Christmas than I think most people are used to.
Respect my tradition, whether I respect your tradition or not.
And he definitely won't. Tom Leykis, thank you for joining us. Well, have a great Christmas.
And then I will be seeing you on Orthodox Christmas on January 6th.
Yes, we'll see.
Three wise men, baby.
That's you better believe that.
You're going to quad team her. You know what I'm talking about?
God. Come on, Tom Leykis.
I don't care.
He doesn't care.